Alright, so picture this. It's 2006, I'm chugging Mountain Dew like it's water and surviving off Doritos, and my face looks like the surface of the moon. That's honestly the vibe that hit me when PlayStation announced Gears of War Reloaded was coming to PS5. A pure nostalgia feeling straight to the soul. I hadn't played a Gears game since Gears of War 3, so jumping back in felt like reconnecting with an old friend you haven't seen in years. For anyone who somehow missed Gears back in the day, the original launched on the Xbox 360 on November 7th, 2006. You play as Marcus Phoenix, a soldier fighting humanity's war against the Locusts, basically big, angry, lizard-looking monsters that ruin a peaceful tree and kick off this whole mess. Now, what really makes Gears of War special is the crew. Marcus is your by-the-book leader, Dom is the loyal right-hand man, and Cole is the loud, hilarious glue that holds the team together. And Baird is the guy with the bad attitude and a chip on his shoulder. These characters feel like actual people, not just soldiers with guns, and that's a big reason why the story still works all these years later. Now, gameplay-wise, Gears of War is the cover-based shooter. Honestly, it still feels like one of the best. The reload system is iconic. You've got that timing mini-game where you can reload faster, and if you hit it right, and even faster if you nail the perfect window. Miss it though, and your gun takes way longer to reload, which can absolutely get you killed in the middle of a fight. It's simple, but it adds a ton of tension to the fights. Every now and then, the game throws you into a military vehicle where you're manning a turret. It's a nice change of pace, but I'll be honest, it does take a bit away from the intense, boots-on-the-ground combat. Not by much, but I preferred being on foot. Now, weapons-wise, Gears still rules. Your main gun is the Lancer, which basically is a machine gun with a chainsaw slapped on it, because of course it is getting up and close, and chainsawing an enemy never gets old. You've also got pistols, shotguns, and sniper rifles, but those feel a bit rarer than I remembered, which made me really think about when to use them. The grenades are a must, especially since you literally need them to seal the Locust emergence holes. And there is the Hammer of Dawn, which is still one of the coolest weapons ever. You aim it at an enemy, and wait a second, and boom, a beam from the sky comes down and turns everything into fire. The catch is it only works outdoors or where the sky is exposed, but when it works, it feels incredible. Now, one thing that surprised me jumping back in was how tanky the enemies are. Locusts soak up bullets like crazy, and it could take almost a full magazine just to drop one. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it just caught me off guard. I remember that more from games like Borderlands, but not Gears. I did run into a couple bugs though. One time I straight up fell right to the floor during a fight. Another time I was driving a vehicle across a bridge. The front end clipped into the ground and got me stuck for a bit. Stuff like that was frustrating, especially in those intense moments. Now, comparing the original to the remaster, there aren't a ton of massive changes, but there are some noticeable ones. The lighting has been upgraded, and everything was brighter overall. While it looks nicer, I do think it takes away a bit from the dark, gritty tone of the original. Now, that said, the game does include all 5 acts and the extra content that was originally only on PC, which is a great addition. Overall, Gears of War Reloaded is awesome to finally have on the PlayStation. It delivers big action, memorable characters, and a solid sci-fi story that still holds up. My only real question is, why didn't they bring the entire original trilogy? Having all 3 games would have made this an absolute no-brainer at the price point. But still, I'm happy it's here, and I really hope the rest of the trilogy makes its way to PlayStation in the future. My final verdict for this game is it gets a 7 out of 10. It's good, fun, and a great nostalgia hit. Nice work, Epic Games and Microsoft Studios. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and like at the Maritime Nerd. Have a great day.